and they began to stink. Now, this was the second of 10 plagues on Egypt. It is the nature, listen, it is the nature of the frog to swell up. And Pharaoh swole up with rebellion, and God unleashed the frog. Now, frogs, they are members of the zoological class called amphibia. Amphibians are cold-blooded vertebrate animals. In other words, they have a backbone or a spinal column. Many species of frogs are known for attempting, listen, to mate with anything that moves, which is not small enough to eat.
Watch out, preacher.
Y'all missed that. Many frogs are known for attempting to mate with anything that moves, which is not small enough to eat. Now, I could park there, but I must move on, and I know some of y'all are glad for me to move on. Say, move on, Bishop. But as I continue to investigate the frogs, I did not find any particular good use for frogs, other than to convince Pharaoh to release God's people. I see no other really good reason for frogs to even exist. When you consider frogdom, what do they do? When you consider frogdom, what contribution do they make? What worthwhile purpose do frogs serve? Some people declare that frogs are very tasty. Well, I don't know. I've never acquired a taste for frogs. Never seen frog steaks on the menu. Never seen frog soup on the menu. However, according to this text, frogs do show up, and some of you know frogs show up at some of the strangest places. They make noise, and the text says they stink. Now, y'all gonna help me? Frogs are most times associated with that which is negative. When one is in bad voice, you will say, I have a frog. Y'all gonna help me? What that really means is that you don't sound like yourself. It means when you say, I have a frog in my throat, it means that there is something that is affecting the way you sound. When you've got a frog in your throat, you cannot reach some of the notes that you can under ordinary circumstances. Lord, help your boy here today. Likewise, when there is a frog in your life, you don't sound like yourself, and you can't do some of the good things that you normally do. And then frogs are also most times associated with that which is undesirable, with that which is ugly. You remember the fairy tale of the princess and the frog, and the princess has no desire for the frog until the frog is mysteriously transformed into, come on, you've heard it. Frogs. Somebody help me say frogs. Frogs at one time or another, we've all had them. Some of us